Guys doing? Welcome back to the Pre-PT Chat Live this week. Hey, y'all, look at Casey repping Pre-PT grind. I love it. I'm just here like off work, renewal rehab. So I don't have a Pre-PT grind shirt on today, but looking forward to sharing tonight's topic with y'all tonight. Casey, how's everything been so far with your rotation?
Oh, it's going great. Going great. Can't complain. I go to the pool tomorrow, aquatic therapy. So that should be exciting. Actually inside today, not outside. It's kind of gloomy. It's not as sunny as the other week, but it's all going well. I saw about, 11 patients today. So it's going well. It's going well. For all the people who are new to the Pre-PT chat, welcome. We do this pretty much every week, every Thursday around this time, just to, get to know you guys and give you value on whatever you choose, whatever topic you choose. We put up topics earlier in the week. You choose them, we talk about them. So hope you guys enjoy this one, because why? You chose it. So we're going to hit it in just a few minutes. So welcome to all the people. If you're here live, you know the deal, hashtag team live. If you're not, if you're on replay, hashtag team replay as well. Give it a like, give it a comment. The more engagement we get on these videos, the more people we can reach and help. So if you got a friend, if you got a Pre-PT club who needs to see it, tag them below and share it out. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get started.
Yo, good stuff, man. And so, Casey hit it right on the money. This is all for you guys. And so, as we go with every topic every single week, just make sure that, you make your voice heard. You're all at different places in your journey. You're all at different points. You're all at different spots. So be sure to be true to where you're at. Being true to what you want. And then we can hit those topics here every single Thursday night, just so you guys are served. So the topic tonight, Casey, is, man, does location matter? Does ranking matter? Does it all matter as pre-PTs? Like, if we want to apply to a program and we want to know, okay, I see this university, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I see it has great reviews. That's a prestigious school. Like, I would love to graduate from there. Imagine if my future employers knew I came from. Does it really matter, Casey? Like, does it really matter where I went? Does it matter? Like, talk to us about it, man. Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, if it matters to you, then it matters, right? If it matters to you, like, we can't speak for you and say, oh, definitely not. Rankings don't matter. The location doesn't matter where you go. Like, we can say yes or no to that, but to you, you're the one going to that school. You're the one putting in 3 years. You're the one paying tuition. Yeah. So if ranking matters to you, then it matters. Then yes, you need to tailor yourself to the schools on the top end of the ranking list. If it doesn't, then you got a lot more room to work with. You got a lot more schools to work with. If location matters to you, then yes, you have to tailor yourself to that location. If you're close by, you got to hit up all those schools, all the schools you can, get in contact with them, because it's close by, and that's where you want to be for school, for your career, for the future, all that good stuff. So if location matters to you, then then of course it matters, of course. But in general, for the masses of the Pre-PT population, this is not like law school. It's not necessarily like medical school where, the employer looks at, oh, you went to Harvard, you went to Princeton, Yale. Like, in those industries, they might look at that. Some firms might only take Harvard. Like, what was the episode of, or what was the TV show? I think it was Suits. Where they only took Harvard grads. Or the
girl's gonna be a princess.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be the princess. So in that situation, then yes, like, it matters, because that firm, if you want to work at that firm, they only take Harvard grads.
Yep.
But in physical therapy, is not really like that. It's not really like that. Nobody really, at least from the employer side, what I've seen and from what I've heard, like, they don't really care where you went, what ranking the school was, because why? Actually, here's a question for you guys. While we're talking what is the accreditation body that accreditates all the PT schools, the physical therapy schools? Comment below. What is the accreditation body that makes all the PT schools on the same level or on the same plane? Let us know. Let us know, because
let's see if they know the answer.
You need to know that. But yeah, since all the schools they have to teach you the same thing to pass the license exam. Once you have that number, they're trying to hire you, man. Like, I'm getting emails every day. I'm sure, Joseph, you're still getting stuff from whatever. Like, they're hungry
job, and I'm still getting emails.
Exactly. They're thirsty for you. So it doesn't, you're good. You're good. If it matters to you, then yes. If it doesn't, you got a lot of room to work with. So that's my snippet.
I completely agree, man. The honest truth is this, guys. Like, I think a lot of it comes from one, like we've seen rankings of schools and we say, okay, this is a prestigious school, or I've heard Harvard. I mean, you look at those big names, and Casey's right. Like, it's really not like most other professions where that really matters, right? When you graduate as a physical therapist, like, I don't even, like, any of my interviews, like, I don't really recall anyone really asking me where I went to school. They just know that I have gotten a license. Like, have you passed your boards? Like, can you work? You know what I mean? Like, can you start? And so that's really the biggest thing. So what Casey means by this is this. So there are different programs. There are a number of various programs, different styles of programs. And so you might be thinking, like, how are they on the same playing field? If some programs are 4 years, some programs are 3 years, if some programs are, 2 years, some programs, like, teach a different style. The bottom line is, in regards to content, in regards to the materials that you need, you're trained at the same level. That's why when you finish PT school, you all have the same exam to determine whether you actually learned the knowledge that you needed to learn before graduating out of, PT school. That's the board exam, right? And so the board exam is what determines, okay, like, they know their stuff. So you're good. You can now work as a physical therapist. So as you guys are looking for it, the reason why we talk about this is because y'all as pre-PTs, you guys are looking for the school that fits you. And many times, Casey and I both believe that a lot of pre-PTs really aim in the dark in regards to applying. You'll apply to schools because they're really close to home. You'll apply to schools because they have good names, because you know someone that might have gone there, without really identifying whether it's the right fit for you. That's really what the key is. Like, do you fit the culture? Now, every school is on the same level in terms of the content and the values and all that stuff. But in terms of the culture, it's different. Like, for example, like, I'm at a clinic right now. Now, we out here think we're like the best clinic around. However, like, I'm at a clinic right now. There's other PT clinics around, and they all have physical therapy, correct? But the culture is also different. So you have patients that'll say, I've gone to this clinic and I've come here. Like, I appreciate the culture here, right? And so there are different cultures and programs. And this is where now, with interviews, with campus visits, you want to feel that out. Like, you want to find a place that fits what you're looking for. That if you're looking for somewhere that's like very inviting, very warm, where professors are interacting with students, you might find that one place. If you're looking for somewhere where you can just have a library where you can go 24/7, y'all think this is a guarantee. It's not. Casey in my school did not have a 24/7 library. So if you want to, like, there's hours you want to study and you can't go. I was like, yo, where do we go to study? It was crazy. But the bottom line is this: like, look for schools that fit you. Don't try to match yourself up with programs that look nice, programs that may fit what you might assume or feel or look at and say, oh, like that. I mean, don't use what you see from external anythings to really determine where you're going to apply. Know that it's for you because you have looked into it, because you've done your research on the front end, because you've tailored yourself towards it, because you know how we talk about those 5 schools? You've picked your 5 schools appropriately, and you've done what it takes to now target them. Like, that's the key right there. That's the key. So if you are doing your part to align yourself with the programs that fit you, if your GPA, for example, if you guys had like a rough start, initially with your GPA from, your first few years of school, like, Maybe later on you got your act together. Like the types of programs now based on what your GPA is, like can differ because there are schools that actually look at your last 60 credit hours. And I know we talked about that before. And so because they look at your last 60, you want to actually target them because you're like, oh, that's a program that's actually going to see what I've done in the last few years and say, it don't matter what Joseph did in his first 2 years of schooling, like he got his act together. He got his ish together. And so because of that, you actually end up matching up more with them, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to get into a program, right? Especially for all y'all that are passionate about becoming physical therapists. Now, if you're not, if you're just kind of doing this because you're like, oh, this is a nice profession, okay, you whatever. But like, I'm talking to the people that are passionate about being clinicians and serving this profession through the vehicle of physical therapy, right? For those of y'all like that want to get into a program, you want to get in, but you want to make sure that as you're studying through the program, like you're in a place that actually like feels like what you want it to be, right? Because you've done everything in your power to pursue just that. You're always interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. We say that a lot too, but always make sure that that's the golden standard. That has to be the gold standard, not just the location. Because I know it's nice to stay around home. I know it's nice to stay close to family. I know it's nice to be close to those that you're most familiar with. It's not really like it's standing in terms of how fancy the university is or how big the name is. Oh, grandma's gonna be so hyped that I went to Harvard. Oh shoot. No, like it shouldn't be about that. It's about you becoming an amazing clinician. It's you becoming an amazing clinician. And to do that, we first of all got to get you in a program. But second of all, like you have to be in a place that's going to give you what you need to thrive as a student. So is there really a program that is better or worse? No, it really depends on you. It really depends on you. It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on the like what your family situation is. If you're a student that is, non-traditional, pre-PT, or maybe you have a family, like now you probably want to look for a school that actually factors that in, that allows you to still be a parent, that allows you to still be a family man or family woman. I mean, like look for all that. Put yourself into the equation. Find what matches with you and then go from there. Right. And if you guys are confused on that, you guys can like just send us a message at contact3ptgrind.com and be like, hey, Casey and Joseph, I heard what you were talking about. Like, help me figure it out. Cause I'm kind of all over the place with this thing. Like, hit us up. Like, we'll help you out. But identify it for you, because what is an amazing program for me might not be the best for you. Right. But it's not because the school was a bad school. It's because like every school has been accredited. Every single school has been accredited. Well, not all schools, but the schools that have been accredited have been essentially cleared. Did they say what that body was, Casey?
Not that I see. I don't think they got it yet.
Okay.
I don't think they got it.
We might as well have to give it to the man. CAPTE. So like when CAPTE accredits a program, it means like that's their stamp of approval for saying that this program is doing everything right. This program is I mean, not every program's perfect because it's humans, but this program has taught the students everything they need to take their board exam and become a certified physical therapist. So use that as you guys are searching for your programs. Don't be so caught up in its rankings. Don't be so caught up in where it's at. Like, don't let that stand in the way, because what ends up happening is then you guys are applying to programs that really don't fit you. And now we're having the issue of like, man, I applied this place. I really want to go there. I'm going to keep applying over and over. And it might not even be a match. It might not be like you're so caught up in the fact that it's like this high ranking location that you're completely missing out on an opportunity to be an absolutely amazing physical therapist. Right. So does that sound good, Casey?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You pretty much got everything. Now, just a little small thing that some people might have questions on is like, oh, but what if I want to go to this school that, is more neuro-based or more manual or this and that? I mean, that's a valid question that you might have to look into. And that goes to what Joseph was just saying. Like, does that match what you want to become in the future? Does that match what your interests are? And that might change as well. However, just know, like what we just talked about, that they still, on some level, they're still all teaching you the same thing. Now, you might have a couple extra lectures in, you know, manual therapy, or a couple extra lectures in, you know, neuro or something like that. And your professors might be certified in certain things, so they might emphasize things more. However, if that school doesn't fit you on other planes, or you can't, you know, make it work, or you don't get accepted, or blah, 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 it's okay. It's okay, because they all teach the same thing and they all have the same base. You can always do more continuing education credits after school. You can always get certified. You can always learn more. You're not going to stop learning after school. So that's the only little thing that we get questions on sometimes. Well, what about this? What about that? I get it. But still, all in all, they have to teach you the same things. All in all, it does not really matter, unless it matters to you. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Exactly. Y'all, so I mean, if you guys have any questions, drop them below and we'll answer them right now. But that's it. Like, I hope there was somebody that was listening tonight that was like, man, thank you so much for just taking that weight off my shoulder. And there might be somebody else that's like, man, that means I got to be away from, you know, my relatives or the people that I love. And the honest truth is, guys, listen, like, some of the moves that you guys like are going to make might not be easy, but I know this one thing. I know that when you know you want something, when you know you want something out of your life, you guys only got one life, right? Like, shoot, I got one, Casey got one, y'all got, like, so whenever we know what we want out of life, and if for you it's like, I want to be a physical, like, I want to help push not only the field of physical therapy, but I want to serve through the avenue of physical therapy. If you guys know, like, that's what I want, then like, let's make things like, let's set things up in place. And some, like I said, some decisions may be tough in regards to maybe being in a location that you might have not, you know, wanted, but this is your dream. This is your dream. And if it isn't, then maybe you can kind of, you know, go whichever way. But like, if it is your dream, like, let's make it happen. Let's do whatever it takes, because the people on the other side, the patients that you guys have waiting for you, the peers that are going to be inspired by you, the other pre-PTs that are going to be inspired by your journey, are on the other side of you taking that step, or on the other side of you staying locked in, or on the other side of you being so true to what you want, being so true to that dream, that you guys are like, yo, let me keep grinding. Let me keep pushing. And if that means that your roadblock has been this idea that, you know, there are only certain schools that you can go to, that there's not other schools that might be even a better match for you, then like, take that weight off of yourself. Understand that your standard program is 3 years. Some programs are accelerated 2 years. Some programs are flex 4. I mean, like, 3 to 4 years at the max. You're in a location that you might not want, that you might actually end up loving anyway. Like, half my class showed up first day of school and they were like, yeah, we're in PT school. Didn't even want to be out here, but here we are. Like, for real. I'm being so serious. Like, they wanted the school, but they didn't realize, like, we had like 6 months of winter and stuff like that. So they're like, yo, why am I out here? What you mean I got to shovel snow? You know what I mean? Like, but they ended up falling in love with not only the location, but the people that they grew with. Like, that 3 years, Casey, like, you get pretty close to your peers, right?
Oh yeah. You're gonna get close in person.
Yeah, exactly. You're so, like, that becomes your family. That, like, you struggle together, you do like, you succeed together. And that's the beauty of it all, guys. The journey is not going to be the same for every single person, but that's where the beauty is. If this thing was like the same story for every single person, it'd be pretty boring. You know what I mean? But then there'd be no inspiration for those that come after us. Every single story, every single journey, every single temporary, because I don't like failure, you know, temporary defeat, every single temporary defeat that led up to where you guys are is for a reason. It's for a reason. Casey, when you got denied that first time, man, you didn't like it. But looking back now, was that for a reason?
It looks like it. It definitely looks like it.
So it was for a reason. So you've been able to change that story. You've been able to take that experience and say, yo, that sucked in the moment. But I wanted this so bad. I wanted to be a physical therapist so bad. I wanted to, that it actually ended up inspiring other people after you. You know what I mean? So guys, all of your stories are different. All of your stories, like, embrace it. Embrace it. It's hard sometimes too. So also make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that also see your vision, also see your dream, also see what you are aspiring to do, see the value in it, and also see the value in continuing to stay consistent, continuing to grind, continuing to persist, regardless of anything. Guys, like if there's absolutely anything, like I just want a freaking generation of pre-PTs that's relentless, a generation of pre-PTs that is willing to do whatever it takes to take like taking failures as a non-existent thing. Like if anything seems like a setback, they're like, yo, I still want it. So let's go. Let me recalibrate. Let me figure it out. Let me find some people to direct me. Let's go. Like staying locked in. If y'all come in like that, like listen, there's PTs on here that'll hear me say this and they might feel bad about it. But the honest truth is we need more people like that, because y'all cannot get into a place where you learn to settle. Y'all cannot get into a place where you learn to settle, because if you learn to settle, you're doing a disservice to yourself, but you're also doing a disservice to your career. Because what ends up happening is you start settling for everything. You settle for this. You settle for a job because it pays you. You settle for being in a location. And then what ends up happening is now you're 10 years in and all you can do is complain. All you can do is complain. It's like, man, I thought I wanted to do PT, but I can now I got to complain about my salary. Now I got to complain about this. Now I got to complain about that. But when you guys are determined to get what it is that you are passionate about, thing is, half the time we're listening to people that failed at pursuing their own dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like we're listening to people that failed at pursuing their own dreams. So we're like, yo, this person told me I can't do it.
Goodness.
Heck, man, the only reason why they're dropping that on you is because they didn't get what they wanted. And now their reality has become, well, that's not even possible. You know what I'm saying? You know, get out of the clouds, pre-PT. You don't know anything. Like I'm saying this because I've heard it. I'm saying this because I had a conversation at my last rotation where I was told half the things I wanted, including us talking to y'all right now, wasn't even possible. Does that make sense? So the only person that's in the way is you of yourself. You're the only person in the way of yourself. And if there's anything you guys ever get out of Casey and I's mouths or pre-PT chat lives or whatever, we'll talk about topics, but understand that you guys have an opportunity to be something special in this profession. You guys have an opportunity to come in with a different fire that doesn't give a crap about what other naysayers are saying, that doesn't give a crap about what other physical therapists are saying, that doesn't give a crap about what professors are saying, that doesn't give a crap about what your peers are saying, because y'all are so locked into what you want. Y'all are so locked into what you are destined for. Y'all are so locked into what your passions are that you're willing to do whatever it takes. Does that make sense? Now, if that did not make sense, hit us up and we'll rephrase it. But it's that simple. It's that simple. This is one thing I wish I knew as a pre-PT, because I was so concerned asking advice from a lot of other people that were ahead of me that were like, no, Joseph, you can't do it. Man, if it felt like half the stuff, like 90% of what I was hearing was you can't. No, you could, but you can't. You can't. Like that's all I heard. That's all I heard. Casey, is that what you're hearing a lot of too?
Hey, all the time.
Come on,
you got
now. It. Come on now. Y'all, if you want PT, go get yours. Go get it. Man, we need a lot more PTs. Heck, we need a lot more PTs, but not just PTs. We need all-star PTs. True. We need people that are because the thing is, if a patient comes to you and the patient is at the point of like wanting to give up
every day,
you know how easy it is for us to be like, well, guess PT won't work anymore. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you just lost all credibility. Shoot. But at the end of the day, now you took someone that was, you know, at a point where you could have actually converted that disbelief into a belief, where you could have redirected, where you could have been their freaking savior. And you chose not to, but it's not because you know, it's simply because you don't know how to do it for yourself. And so I want you guys to learn how to go through your walls. I want you guys to learn how to go through your fears. I want you guys to learn how to do this because it actually changes everything you do. Everything you do. If someone says can't, you're like, oh, that's someone I don't got to be listening to. Shoot. Where are my peoples that are supporting me? Does that make sense?
100%.
So y'all,
I hope they heard it.
let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all, you know where to reach us. It's been real. See you guys next week on the next episode of the Pre-PT Chat Live. We're always going to bring it real every single week. Yo, if y'all want one of those shirts, I think we got links. We got posts all over the place.
I'll drop it below. Yeah.
Find the link, and you guys can get shirts. But y'all have a good evening. We believe in you guys. We just want you to believe in yourself as well. All right? We believe in you. We want you to believe in yourself. You guys have a good evening. Happy Thursday. See y'all next week. Bye.